Now, everything I've done so far, including allowing my power network to run out like this, is intentional. I've done it on purpose. And you will see why shortly. So, let's finish this up. Boom and boom. And again, we're going to get mergers and splitters. As well as vertical elevators, Mark 1. And some more building efficiency statistics. Now, that should open up this panel here, I believe, and give us more stats. I think, if I remember. It's either here or it's here, more information.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Alrighty, so now we have mergers and splitters, and I showed briefly while Ada was talking. So it was right here, efficiency. So 62%. It's dropping because it's over time, and right now it's not running. So while it's not running, it's dropping, obviously. So once I got everything up and running again, ideally we have this running at a perfectly balanced 100%, meaning it receives 30 per minute and it produces 20 per minute, and everything downrange is accepting 20 per minute. So like right now, if the storage box ever got full, it would be full. It wouldn't be able to accept anymore. So then that would stop this, which would stop this, right? So like you could stall out your whole production. So ideally you want this at 100% where everything received and everything produced are all being consumed at a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. And then that would show 100. That's all that efficiency is. But that's the least important. What I wanted was the mergers and splitters, which I now have. Yay! Mergers and splitters. Okay. So, mergers and splitters. How many rods and plates and such do I have now? Take all you. Take all you. Still don't have enough. Cement or concrete. Take all you. Alrighty. Oh, right. So, I have queued up on my to-do list 3 constructors, 2 storage, and a space elevator. Some of you with experience know why and where I'm going with this. You've already guessed. But there was a purpose. I had a plan in mind. And now we're going to get there. So the constructors require 2 reinforced iron plates each. So we're going to deal with that. So each iron plate, if I remember, needs 12 screws each, right? So we need 6. 6 times 12 is 72. And again, if you don't know, right, 6 times 12, 72. All right. Or I could have added them to the to-do list and it would have shown me how many, but we know it's 72, so I'm just going to handcraft some rods into screws, 72 of them. Okay, now we're going to make the 6 reinforced iron plates we need. Alright, and that is the drone returning. So well done. Okay, so have you figured it out yet? So I am going to automate my fuel. So I've got 2 biomass burners, because that's what our network needs, right? We're almost at 60, right? We're using 57.2 or something, right? So I'm going to automate these. They have inputs. So I'm going to want biofuel, right? The logs, solid biofuel, to go in. So I'm going to put a splitter in the middle to share the biofuel into both, coming out of a constructor making the biofuel. All right, so let's build that now. Splitter. Now, it's got, for the splitter, has 1 input and 3 outputs. It's the arrows. All right, so you just rotate it where you want her. Let's do something like that. Might be too close, but we'll see. Let's belt it in. Yep, too close. Too easy. There, and there. Okay. So, we need a constructor to feed the biofuel in. I'm going to hop up. Alright. There we go. Belt it in. Okay, you're going to be biofuel. Alright. Now we know we have leaves and wood, right? We need it. Biofuel needs biomass, but we got 2 recipes for that, right? You can see right there on the pop-up that just popped up. Wood and leaves to make biomass. So I'm going to make both. Now, so I'm going to have 2 constructors, one to make wood into biomass and one to make leaves into biomass. That's the 2 constructors that are on my to-do list. But then I'm going to merge them into this constructor I'm standing on top of. So let's build the merger now. Alright, so same thing. Want the merger. Gonna belt it in. And then we're gonna have our 2 constructors. So let's do that and that. Belt them in. Alright. We're gonna have leaves and wood. Okay. Now we need to put storage for both, which was also on my to-do list. Storage container too. Now where do I want the storage container? They don't need to be right here. I can put them way the heck off anywhere I want and belt them in, right? So where do I want them? Let's make it easy on me. I'm going to put them here and here. Alright. Belt you into you into you. Alright. Now, you could do it this way, but then you'd be like, oh, it's headroom. Remember, we unlocked elevator, lift. And use your mouse wheel to rotate and adjust the height of it. So I'm going to do that. There, that looks nice and clean. Alright, so the bottom one is leaves, the top one is wood. So we're going to jump all, control, remember, control click is everything of the same type. Shift click is the whole stack. Alright, so that's for leaves. Top one, wood. Now we need to power everything. So, I'm going to put you... Now you can put it on top if you want. It kind of looks neat. Or you can put it on the ground if you want. Let's put it right there. You to you. You to you. And we got one more. We're going to put you to you. And we're going to unconnect these ones running way off, because we now have 3 connections vacant. 1, 2, and then this one we run wherever we want. Let's go over here. There. Everything is connected. Now we need to give it power, of course. So, what I'm going to do temporarily, because I already know what's going to happen, because I've connected 3 more constructors to my network, they require 4 each. That's 12 total. My network cannot support 12. Right? If you remember, we were almost at max. Right? We were at like 57.2 or something. Where was it? Like, somewhere in here. 51.3. Anyway, we can't, with 51.3, if we add 12 to that, that would be 63.3, which is over our 60. So we'd be blacking out, we'd be browning out, right? So we're not running enough power. So what I'll do, I could temporarily hand feed some in here, but the whole point of this is automation. I could add a 3rd biomass and put a splitter. Do I have enough materials? I do. Let's do that. Alright. Alright, what am I doing? I already explained it way early. So, F to deconstruct, you can do individually, or holding control, right? It's not toggled, it's hold. It says right at the bottom center, mass disassemble, hold left control. Click, 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 click. So I got 5 things. Why do I have 5 things? Oh, yeah, I don't want to... There we go. So 4 things. Oh, nope. Okay. Now it's... You know what? I'm going to cancel. I'm selecting way too many things. You, and you. There we go. 4 things. All at once. Alright. So, we're going to split this into 3 biomass burners. Just because I want to. Meaning we need to split another time. So, let's load balance this. So, we are going to do you into you, you into you, but then I want a merger. You you know what, yeah, I'll disassemble you, merger, doesn't matter because I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna connect these 2, and that's on purpose. Yeah. So, you to you, you to you, or do I? You know what? It's already 3. Oh, I didn't need them. I already had derp. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Alright, I've already got 3 outputs. Here I was getting all fancy. I've already got 1, 2, 3. Silly Remora DFC. Alright. Let's put you there. Let's put you there. You there. Belt. 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 Alright. Now that we got our brain back on. Okay, you 3 are still connected. You 3 are not. Let's put you there. I have to connect you to the main network. Alright. Now everything's connected. And I'll be producing 30, 60, 90. 90 power. So now I'll have enough. Okay. Hopefully that didn't confuse anyone. So, since I already put the leaves and the wood, in there, and I've already set the recipes for everything, is already set, this will all run perfectly once I give it fuel. So what I'll do, rather than hand feed, because I can go in here and I can split stacks and I can hand feed stuff, what I'll do is I'll go craft a little bit of biofuel, just a little bit, because I only got one on me, and then I'll place it in this constructor's output. So when I have some and I put it in the constructor's output, it'll automatically eject it out the belt, and it'll automatically split into these three, and they'll automatically power everything and turn everything on. So let's just make enough to get it started so the system can start automating. So let's make like 12. There we go. Oh, wrong way with it. There we go. So now I put the 12 in here. It'll automatically start outputting and automatically splitting 3 ways. So it's going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that they've all got some fuel, I gotta turn the network on. We added an additional 30 to the network, so now it's 90. But we're also automating leaves and wood into biomass, merging into biofuel, and then that'll automatically split and start feeding. Alright, now that all being said, I have biofuel on me. Alright, I got tons of it. So let's start getting rid of it. There we go. So, power's automated. For now. Alright. I could get even more fancier with this if we added another storage. I could belt that storage into this merger's input here. And then I could put in the storage all this biofuel. Which I might just do anyway. I'm going to have to rewire this power because I don't like where it is. Yeah, let's do you. Come on, I want to climb up. Where's the ladder? Get up. Boom. So you're about that height. Rotate it. There. Now I'm going to go from you to you. There. Now, put all biomass in there. Now I need to repower everything. And from you, let's put you, come on, there. There. Problem solved. Leaves, wood, biomass, all merging and being produced into more biomass, merging, biofuel, making 90 megawatts per minute or whatever it is. Making 90 megawatts. Done and done. Alright. And I now know that I'm making 90 and I'm consuming, what did we say earlier, 51 point something. Let's go. Oh right, we haven't yet split everything. So let's solve this stuff. So the miner is producing 60 per minute off a normal node. The smelter is consuming 30 per minute, meaning I'm making too much ore. This miner keeps filling up and it turning off. So it goes on and off, on and off, on and off, 50% of the time. Making 60, consuming 30. But I have a second one. Right? 30 and 30 equals 60. So if I put a splitter on here, this will be at be producing at 100% ratio 60, consuming 30 and 30, consuming 60. So it would be perfectly balanced with one splitter. Let's do that. So I can mouse over the belt and it'll automatically clip or snap. Or you can just free build wherever you want and relay your belts. Your call. I'm not being too picky right now, so just there and there. Done and done. So, just checking over everything. So, 30 iron ore is going to be turned into 30 iron ingots. The plate constructor making iron plates, is taking 30. So, making 30, consuming 30 to make 20 into storage. Perfectly balanced. Excellent. So the other 30 ore going into this smelter is being converted into 30 ingots. Okay. Being made into iron rods, but it's only consuming 15. Making 30 ingots, consuming 15. So we've got 15 left over, 15 ingots left over, which is why I built another one. So we're going to put another splitter here. There we go. So now the 30 is being split, 15 and 15, making rods and rods, 15 and 15. And these 15 rods are going to go right into storage. These 15 rods are going into this constructor for screws. Now, this one, we don't yet have the ability to throttle down or to overclock. So this one will stall out because it's only consuming 10. It's receiving 15, but it's consuming 10. So, to mitigate that, the extra 5, I'm going to split and merge into storage. Now, it's not going to work great because it's going to go half and half, so this will receive 7.5 per minute, because the other 7.5 will go into storage, if that makes sense. But this way, only this constructor will stall out a quarter of the time, rather than us stalling out my smelter and concurrently the miner from being too full and not receiving. So, splitter, merger, connected, solved. Now I've got screws and rods and plates all automated and all connected and mostly balanced. Alright. As explained, the only difference is this is receiving 7.5. So this one will run dry 25% of the time. I've already got concrete done, I got power done, I got iron done. Still got lots of power to spare. So now that I know I have lots of power to spare, I'm going to go turn that on. Or, no, let's deal with copper first. Copper's more important than more concrete. So, okay, making 60 per minute, because it's a normal node, making 60. Alright. Same as iron, so it's consuming 30. So that's why that miner is turning off and on, just like the iron, it's at half. So, we're going to split it. Let's make it nice and neat. I'm going to put a splitter. It's going to not be the prettiest, but that's fine. go there, you go there. Alright, gonna get rid of this ore that's in my pocket that I picked up. And we are gonna reconnect you to you. There. So now, making 60, split 2 ways, consuming 60. So the miner and these smelters are balanced. Okay. This line is making 30 ingots. Okay. 15 per minute. It's consuming 15. So what I'll do, disassemble you, and instead I'll merge it into here. No, I did that backwards. Ah, I put a merger. Derp-a-derp. I meant to put a splitter. Alright. There. Now! Alright. Producing 30. Consuming 15 for wire. Consuming 15 for wire. Okay, so this smelter is balanced. The 30 wire per minute it's making needs 60 wire per minute for cables. So, I'm going to put a merger on this side. Okay, so 30 wire plus 30 wire equals the 60 wire per minute it needs to make the cable. So now that's perfectly balanced. For cables, I'm going to make one more for wire. For my wire run. So, splitter. Ugh, did it wrong. Splitter. Alright. Your wire. Receiving 30. Consuming 15. So 15 left over. But I don't have the recipe I want yet. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this temporarily to wire, so it's balanced. Just for now. Alright. Later, when we have copper plate recipe, I'll make changes so I get my copper plates. But for now, this is all balanced. Well, this is not powered yet, but it's balanced. So let's deal with the power situation. Yep, we're good. All right. Come on, climb up. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of rewiring here. Alright, everything is all powered. So copper is done for now. And perfectly balanced. Which is why the ratio is at 100%. And that should be true for everything. I mean, this is climbing. Or it should be climbing, yeah, slowly. This will make its way up to 100. It dropped when I disconnected the power. Anyway, it'll climb, climb, climb. But anyway, making 60 ore turned into 60 ingots. 60 ingots split in half, or 4 ways between the 2 smelters. 15, 15, 15, 15 for wire, 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 wire. All 4 of these are making wire, and 2 of them feeding the wire into cables. So I'm making 30 cables per minute, and off those 2, I am making 60 wire off those 2, 30 and 30, making 60 wire per minute. So 30 cable and 60 wire per minute, automated. Oh, and I still got some. Let's put that there. All right. I need cables, because I don't have any on me. All right. Might as well top up. There we go. I need a lot more. Well, we're looking good. All right. Is everything running? Yes, everything's running. How's my power look? Making 90, consuming 75.2. Okay. So I do have the luxury necessary to power these. Done. So, miner will start mining limestone, and once the limestone makes it into the constructor, yellow will turn to green, and it'll make concrete. Alright, 3 limestone makes 1 concrete, so once the 3rd one enters, this will turn on. There we go. Now again, this one is identical to the other one. It's an impure node, right? So it's going to stall out. It's only making 30, but it's asking for 45. So this one will also power, the constructor will power on and off. Right? The miner's going to run at full tilt, but it's not giving enough. So in time, we'll fix that. But yeah, so right now I've got all of my copper powered on, all of my concrete on both sides powered on, all of my iron on both sides, or all here powered on. Everything. And I'm still making fuel. Yeah, so I can just AFK for a while if I wanted to. Right. Let's take a look at our next recipes here. So, we could start base building. I do want the MAM. Let's see, logistics. I don't need Mark II yet. Awesome sink. I'm not producing excess yet. Jump pads, lowest priority. Don't care yet. This is necessary for my copper sheets. And also for the assembler. Alright, let's get the parts assembler going. Or at least queued. Alright, it's just up there. Space elevator's the priority. I mean, it's the game priority. I could ignore it and go for parts assembly first, and then once the recipe's unlocked, I could start producing and working towards making smart plating long before I even have a space elevator. Veterans will know what I'm talking about, right? So, yes, the most efficient way forward is to ignore the space elevator and maybe go for part assembly next. So part assembly first, then space elevator. No, part assembly first, then Logistics 2, because I'll need Mark 2 for some of the load balancing involving this, then Space Elevator. So Space Elevator is third priority, technically speaking, if you're metagaming. But I'm going to do Space Elevator first in this playthrough, just because I want to do it and I want to show it off. It's not crazy expensive. There we go. So I need 500 concrete. That's the 500. I need 250 iron plates, so 250 iron plates. And I need all that stuff, which I don't have on me. Alright. Okay, 200. I almost have enough. Well, alright. There, that's the 400 iron rods I need now. So all that's left is the wire, which I need another 1,000 of. Now I could, if I was impatient, I could turn off the cable production, rewire those 60 per minute wires there, and merge it into my storage. Just focus on wire production. Because I'm making 30 and 30, I'm making 60 per minute. Well, technically I'm making 120 per minute. And I need another 442. So, at 60 per minute, right, I either wait 7 real world minutes, or I rewire it and I wait 3.5. Have enough cables. It is a merger, so you know what? That's what we'll do. Temporarily. There we go, saving time. It's ugly, but it's temporary. It's just because I'm saving 3.5 real-world minutes. That's literally what I'm doing right now. Ah, except I only have Mark 1 belts. So, Mark 1 belts can only accommodate 60 per minute. I'm now trying to put 120 per minute together, so it can't. So these are stalling out. So, that was my mistake, but I realized it temporarily. I'll turn that storage into more wire, temporarily. Alright. 30 plus 30, 60 per minute. 30 and 30 into 60 per minute. So I'm going to have 2 wire storages. but we're still saving 3.5 real life, real world minutes. Alright, so rather than sitting here, right, I'll be back. I mean, I could sit there AFK. Do I have enough on me? Yes, I do. I'm just going to put these back. Remember, I had them and I tore them down. There we go. And that's just to get the auto miners and everything out of my inventory. Later, mid-game, I'll redo all this stuff and I'll build a proper factory using all 3 miners. But for now, 1 miner is enough. It's plenty. What else do I want to do? 250. Oh, right. 250. Right. Well, I suppose I could. Right. Okay. Let's go get the power slug up the top of the cliff. We've seen it a few times. I mean, hell, there was one right there. You can see it in the distance, the blue power slug. I can't power slide up a slope, right? It'll just stall out, so I have to run normally. Alright. Oh, another one right there. Alrighty. Another one right there. More quartz. Sure. So, these you can't pick up by hand. But you can chop down. They're mushroom-ish.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Store this potential resource for later use.
Alright, so I got a couple leaves out of it, but mycelia. You can burn it, but we're already getting tons of leaves and wood from normal sources. Right now, its highest value is to save it for when we research it in the MAM, and you'll be able to do some fun stuff with it. But if you did burn it, you got 20 megajoules out of it. So it's just slightly better than leaves. I do not encourage burning it early game. Burn leaves, you know, burn anything else, but early game, but just not mycelia. Spiders! Everybody loves spiders! Or called stingers.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Preserve the remains for later study.
That it? Alrighty. So, we're in a nice beautiful cave with some bioluminescence. I love the design the devs did in here. Just, everything's gorgeous. Like, love it. So, I could pick these up. They count as leaves. But again, we're chainsawing, so... Oh. Ah! I didn't leave myself enough biofuel. Alright, we're done in here. For now. Yes, I know there's something in there. But I'm not interested in showing that yet until we get the MAM up and running. Do 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 do. So we had leaves, wood, biomass. So leaves go in the bottom, wood goes in the middle, and I have no more biomass. Okay. We are gonna put the mycelia stuff here. You. And stinger's a new object. Alright. Alright, that should have been about 3.5 minutes, don't you think? Top up this stack. Top up this stack. There. Do. Alright, and that's all the wire that I currently need. Alright, so I'm going to rewire this back the way it was. Okay. All right. Okay. 250, 500, 400, 1500. Okay. So, I got this nice, beautiful, large, flat space, which I already clear-cut of the little shrubs that were out there. So, let's build a space elevator. It is big. It has inputs. It has 3 over there and 3 over here. It has 6 total inputs. And for aesthetic purposes, it has a console you can interact with. Technically, the player can interact with any piece of it, but there is visually there's a front to it right there, that console. So I'm going to face the console towards where my base is, and I'm going to give myself some space. I'm not going to put it inside the woods back there, but I'm going to move it forward. And I'm also going to try and cover up some of these rocks a little bit, maybe. So maybe there. We have an orbital station now.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
This is our mission objective now, is to start producing and feeding into the space elevator these resources. So right now it wants us to put into the space elevator 50 smart platings, and then load it, seal it, send it, and then that'll unlock tier 3 and 4 in our hub tech tree, and then we'll get new resources we can feed, and then once we do so, it'll unlock 5 and 6, and so on and so forth. Which is how we progress through here, and then once we finish the end game. Alrighty, so as mentioned, smart plating is necessary. Right, so we need all this, and then my next recipe I'll choose. I mean, you know, I do want the MAM. I could do it like right now. Alright, we're going to deviate slightly. I'm just going to bash it off quick, because we already have the materials necessary. I mean, I got the screws on hand. So yeah, let's just do it right now, just so I can get the MAM and what have you. So there we go, 300 plates. And we need, let's see, 300 divided by 4, 75. We need, or what am I doing? I was going to handcraft screws. Never mind. I want 300. There you go.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.